and we are here to present on the question, how does lack of critical thinking affect the community and nation development? So first, I'll start to explain the term, what we mean by critical thinking. So when we say critical thinking, what actually comes in head is the ability to think clearly, rationally, and then independently. Basically, critical thinking, it involves analyzing, evaluating, and then synthesizing information in order to make sound decisions that will help to solve a particular problem in the society. So in critical thinking, there are some components that one should take note of. We have analyzing, evaluating, synthesizing, inferences, and then explanation. And critical thinking is very important in the society because critical thinking helps one to make sound decisions. It also helps to solve problems in the society. It brings about innovation and stuff. However, there are consequences that one is likely to face when we lack critical thinking. So my group is about to present to you some of the consequences.
Communities with low critical thinking are more susceptible to one, misinformation and disinformation among doctors and patients. Wrong prescriptions and medication will be given to patients. And 3, inadequate health education will also be. And also a delay in diagnosis and treatment of patients.
Political instability. So for every country to develop, we need leaders in the country for the country to develop. But when we look around, our leaders, our African leaders, are not doing what's expected of them because they are not able to think critically. Some of the leaders use some of the resources for things that are not adequate. Example, some of the leaders may use the funds on themselves. They spend on themselves. They buy posh cars instead of using them to construct roads that are important to us. So, and other times, people also feel that the leaders are not thinking more, so they may stand up against the government, which may lead to coup d'etat and stuff. All these things are not helpful.
Lack of critical thinking skills may hinder social cohesion in many ways. These are poor decision making, misallocation of resources, limited economic growth, stagnation, and status quo.
Environmental neglect. First, to be failure to care and maintain a natural environment, leading to its degradation. Neglecting the environment due to loss of critical thinking can lead to several ways. Degrading the environment, and they include pollution, that is the release of harmful substances into the air, water, soil, which can lead to harmful to the environment. Waste management, improper disposal of waste materials like plastics and hazardous materials can lead to environmental negligence. Deforestation, that is the widespread cutting down of trees, which can lead to habitat loss. So in summary, the consequences of environmental neglect include loss of biodiversity, climate change, and other problems to humans and animals.
There are various consequences of lack of critical thinking, but I'll be focusing on education. My first point is limited problem solving skills. Students may struggle to approach and solve complex problems effectively. Having critical thinking skills helps break down problems, identify key issues, and develop logical solutions. The next point is inability to connect ideas. Critical thinking helps connect concepts from various struggle to see the bigger picture.
Of critical thinking in communities and nations can lead to cultural stagnation or cultural inactivity. This inhibits artistic expressions, intellectual discourses, and cultural enrichment, as critical thinking fosters appreciation for diverse perspectives, creativity, and cultural exchange.
Technological stagnation. Lack of critical thinking in technological development can lead to the following. For one, unintended consequences. When we fail to think critically, we fail to evaluate the possible consequences of our actions. This can lead to unethical and unintended results, which can be really harmful in our technological sector. Second, it can lead to inefficient solutions. Failing to Failing to question assumptions and evaluate evidences can lead to making solutions which are unfit to the current problems being faced. Also, stagnation and missed opportunities. When we fail to think critically, we are bound to the old ways of thinking, which prevents us from exploring new possibilities in the new and current technological era. This can lead to a lot of missed opportunities in our society. Lastly, this can lead to a lot of biases and errors. Lack of critical thinking can lead to being biased personally because we are crowded by our own personal judgments. We don't go into depths of thought, and we are able to come up with reasonable solutions which fit the current problems in our era. This is why critical thinking is so essential in our technological development.
So one effect of critical thinking is economic stagnation. So economic stagnation basically means that a halt in economic development. So a lack of critical thinking in the workplace can lead to a halt in innovation, decision making, and then problem solving. So what I mean by this is that, for instance, in a firm where the business organizers and then the leaders, they don't think critically in assessing their works, and then they take actions like promptly or immediately, it can lead to misallocation of resources, and then policies will be made based on assumptions rather than facts. And also, when people don't think critically, there'll be unemployment because few businesses will be set up.
In summary, the absence of critical thinking skills poses significant challenges on the community and nation as a whole. So it is very crucial to adapt critical thinking abilities through education, training, and societal support for the crucial and sustainable development.